times, we have a lot of the same bands coming out here, same picks coming out as well. And while we are talking about the odds, yeah, I mean, I throw in 10 points just for a chance to win big. As I say that, we got some mad money thrown down on the side of the Dino Nuggies. I love to see that there's still believers. I love to see that there's still people that know that this team can come and pull it out any given Sunday. Something that we hear a lot in the football world, and that goes for the same of league. We don't know what could possibly happen today, so don't want to discount all things. And it looks like we are back to the right areas. It will be the Shen coming through, so the Shen locked in does lead me to believe that either this is a support Shen or this is going to be a top lane. We have seen Shen play in the jungle, but I don't think that that's what we're going to be getting today. I think that this will most likely be a Shen top or support. I don't think the jungle really would span out too well, as the Morgana and the Galio do come through additional bans. Galio very strong with the Lissandra, but at this point they have to have two solo lanes locked out. But Galio support definitely still an option, and getting that off the table, as we've seen Black Wando just absolutely smurf on that. With the Alistar ban coming through too as well. Yasuo really strong with the Alistar, but picks like the Gragas remain available. Gragas support, very, very easy to play. Nautilus is still open. Rel still open. There are still plenty of champions that the Yasuo would be able to combo off of, and we'll just have to see the direction that they choose to go in, as Mocha Mexican hovering pick right now, see what has to go. And the Viego locked in. I love it. Viego absolutely smurfing in the LCS right now. We have seen teams opt into the the Immortal Shield Bow and then go into a Randuin's Omen and just build these tankier stats. But with all of this AD, this Rammus support that they have been talking about so much becomes such a viable pick, because you stop everything that the side of Dino Nuggies are doing. They're going to need some heavy AP damage. And my question is, where does it come from? Because it looks to me that you have drafted your solo laners and your jungle. So you need to go heavy AP support. So things like a Zyra or even a Karma, Gwen taken off the table as well. Gwen, a champion we have yet to see in the ULS, but I mean, my eyes are mainly on this Rammus, and this Rammus is terrifying. This Rammus, given the opportunity to get his item, given the opportunity to make it to the point that we all know that Rammus can hit, will just be a struggle. And Yokimoto hovering the Kale right now. We'll have to see if that gets locked in. And it will be the Mordekaiser. The only source of AP damage being the Mordekaiser. Maybe the move here is to just ult the Rammus out of the fight and just try to make sure that the rest of the team is able to get things done. Not really as many tanks. Rek'Sai building more of the assassin damage types build. We've seen a lot of Prowler Claws on her. But yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out. I actually do like the Mordekaiser. I was looking for something with a lot of AP damage that can go over the top in these team fights. An artillery mage, something that can really take over once you get into these later game team fights, especially when Rammus is going to be just running around unkillable on your team. But this Mordekaiser is actually super big brain, because you could just take away the Rammus, and during that time your team could just run over the less tanky members of the side of Uncle and the Nephews. We'll have to see, as we will be 3 minutes out from loading into the game. My favorite feature of a custom-made game here is it doesn't matter. Even if you made it, spectator delay exists, and we all have to pay the piper. But taking a little second now to break this team down. We do know where everyone's going. They are not lined up in correct order, so I will clarify for everyone at home. On the side of Uncle and the Nephews, who today are playing blue side, for those that do not know, blue side will be the bottom left-hand side of your map. And so for them, they will have Bug Pudding on the Lissandra in the top lane. It will be GDI on the Rek'Sai in the jungle. In the mid lane, Benjamin Zipper on the Gwen, with your bot lane consisting of Champagne Shower on the Yasuo and the math teacher playing Rammus at support. going over to the side of the Dino Nuggies, we have we have Yokimoto in the top side, who will be piloting that Mordekaiser. Viego will be in jungle, piloted by Mocha Mexican. The mid lane will be Chupacabra on the Lee Sin, and your bot lane will be Space Jabberwocky on the Jin, and UVU on the Shen. And Quentin calling me out because I have long since promised an Ezreal cosplay that I have yet to deliver on. I am really hung up on the wig right now. It has been an absolute battle. I did get some reinforcement help coming in. Someone that's like super into the wigs, and she's like, oh, like, let's do it, super down. It's just been an absolute struggle trying to find a time where we line up and where we can both work on it, because while we have some time, I'll show you where we're at. Go off screen so you guys don't get the feeling that I'm not, you know, of course I'm wearing dress pants. Why wouldn't I be wearing dress pants with a nice shirt? Obviously, you know, no pajama action going out of me, because we do everything super professionally over here. But my Ezreal wig still has a little bit of a ways to go, and by a little bit I mean we haven't even started on it, because I haven't been able to link up with the person that's going to be helping me out with it. But flat wig, like, you know, it's we have it, we're ready to go. But I mean, I've never used hair product in my life, so I am like in desperate need of assistance. So the solo mission on the wig has been delayed, but everything else is done, and once we get the wig done, then we will do it, and I will make sure that the stream is, you know, I will make sure to let you guys all know when the stream's happening, and it will be a big event. And yes, we will just be playing Ezreal barring a ban. And with where he is right now, he's most likely gonna be banned, but every game that we could get him, we're spamming Ezreal. Alright, and we finally made it past the spectator. I quit. I got you. Because you know, with a draft like this coming out of Uncle and the Nephews, as well as the Team Dino Nuggies, we're going to see a lot of action this game. And we load onto the Rift for our last game of the... excuse me as I take care of that real quick. Alright, we're good. We load into our last game of the regular season of the ULS. Team Dino Nuggies versus Uncle and the Nephews. And this is another playoff preview coming out here. You know, Uncle and the Nephews locking in that first place. Dino Nuggies unfortunately finishing in that fourth place does mean that they will be seeing each other in that first round of the playoffs. And you know, same thing we talked about last game. Is this going to be teams feeling out? I look at Uncle and the Nephews and I see a team that's like, hey, like, we're just going to have some fun with it. It's going to be a great time. But for Dino Nuggies, this game still means a lot. You know, you going into the postseason with a win, and especially win over Uncle and the Nephews, I think does so much for your confidence and just does so much more for your team going into that. My eyes, this game will be on this mid lane matchup, the Gwen into the Lee Sin, as Matt Teacher stepping up just a little bit far. The Mordecai does start the pullback. Matt Teacher might have to flash here, but it is 3v4. Yokimoto walking just a little bit too far, and they will back out. Matt Teacher able to retain that. No summoners blown on either side means they will just back and be able to walk to lane. Unless Yokimoto blows his teleport, he will be late to lane, should be missing probably, you know, the first 3 minions here, and that will be a level advantage for Bug Pudding, as long as she doesn't just push the wave in and crash herself. But yeah, I mean, a matchup I don't typically see, the Lee Sin into the Gwen, and, you know, a newer matchup, so interested to see who's going to come out on top on this side. As, you know, exactly what we were talking about, looking in the top lane now, Yokimoto already, you know, able to actually at least get some experience, is able to pick up one of those minions there, but tough, you know, that's very tough for him, because this Lissandra will have the level advantages. Quite a bit of training going on in the mid lane, dropping the dab in Penguin is Chupacabra, and This bot lane Yasuo will also be interesting to watch, and I'm interested in this Rammus support pick because this has been so overhyped from the side of Uncle and the Nephews. This is the pick that they're always on, and without a Q star on Mordekaiser, they're struggling to find really anything in this early lane phase. Lissandra already hitting level 2, and Benjamin Zipper going in, getting a great trade off on Chupacabra. Has to be careful. Benjamin Zipper dropping a lot of damage. Gwen just going right back in. Does have full stacks and might just need a full Q charge here. There it is, and Chupacabra getting pretty low. We'll just be able to back out, but Benjamin Zipper playing this matchup just so well on this Gwen, and I'm getting scared, guys, because now does this become another champion that teams are going to have to watch out for on the Uncle and the Nephew's death list? Like, is this something else that they just can't, they just won't be able to get? You know, good job on Yokimoto, able to actually even himself out in gold here in this top side after that late start that he had, and Chupacabra actually getting Benjamin Zipper pretty low. Benjamin Zipper does have to burn the flash, and Chupacabra showing that he knows the limits of this champion. Will have priority over this lane, and Benjamin Zipper will just reset and most likely TP back to lane to catch it. Yeah, I mean, oh, and here comes GDI on the gank, but here comes Bug Pudding as well. Chupacabra with the early flash, but the first blood coming in from GDI. They tried to crash it into the wave, as Mokomexen has to be careful. Lissandra passive doing a ton of damage on the backside, but GDI, you know, somebody we haven't even talked about this game, haven't even been tracking the junglers as far as their pathing post what kind of tomfoolery had gone down level 1, but GDI back on pace, doing what he does best, making sure that Uncle Tizzy's laner, Benjamin Zipper, just does not have a great time. Chupacabra does decide to not use the teleport to get back to lane. That does mean that he will have the advantage over Benjamin Zipper for that summoner. And Yasuo, surprisingly, this Yasuo Rammus lane out to an early CS lead. Yes, of course, not amounting to much. Once they catch this wave, should even back out as they are able to freeze it towards their tower. But, you know, this Yasuo typically has quite a bit of struggles farming into a ranged matchup. Dragon getting ready to spawn here, and that will be the Mountain Drake for our first dragon. So Mountain Soul already off the table. If I'm on the side of Dino Nuggies, that is a sigh of relief, because you do not want to live in a world where this Rammus gets to become big enough to just face tank your entire team. As UBU, you know, there will be a Q, just some light trading going on in this bottom side as Viego and Lee Sin roaming down to this dragon. Rek'Sai will be late, but you know, it looks like the wave will be pushing back in the bot side, and we'll have to see what happens. Benjamin Zipper, a massive wave to catch. Will he just sack that to try to make something happen in the bot side? Lissandra teleport also up and looking to get a reset. But 4 people on dragon, you have to think that this dragon is just going down. Do they even try to fight it? Here comes the Rammus. The smite is secured from the side of Dino Nuggies, and here comes the TP. That is already Space Jabberwocky falling on the backside. Champion Shower picking up that one. And now Mordekaiser in, but Mordekaiser not doing enough. As Mokomexen actually able to pick up the match leader on the backside. Benjamin Zipper able to grab it up Chupacabra, and the Rammus support with the double kill. You now see Viego popping off here, grabbing just about everybody, able to pick up the one, and that is the Mordekaiser dropping on the backside. And excuse me, that wasn't Viego on the Gwen. That was Benjamin Zipper on the Gwen. Out here losing track of these champions. Everybody's changing it. Everybody's just smurfing it up. Mokomexen able to pick up 2 kills, but Benjamin Zipper, my apologies for that miscatch. Chupacabra just caught out on the backside of that. 0-3-2 on this Lee Sin, and this start is terrible. He teleported in for that. That is a heartbreaker. Oh man, TP down now has to mean plates on the bot side, and they're even fishing, maybe trying to catch something out at the blue buff, but nothing there. So Benjamin Zipper will just get his reset off, but really good performance from the side of this Uncle and the Nephews. They do lose Dragon in that fight, but find 4 kills off the back of that. Excuse me, 5 kills off the back of that with the TP in from Chupacabra. Just taking a look at some of the gold lead we now have. Hey, that's the typical Benjamin Zipper. We're used to 7 minutes in, just up 1,000 gold. Nothing new, nothing new. 500 gold lead in the jungle. Viego was able to get those 2 kills, so feeling pretty damn good for himself. And, you know, this Lissandra able to grab 4 assists on the back of that, but still down 12 CS, about 2 waves from this Mordekaiser. So Yokimoto doing pretty well for himself in the top side. Chupacabra with the fancy feet, hits him with the dabbing penguin, but here comes the math teacher. Math teacher trying to stay on him, and Benjamin Zipper also on him, already used the jump. That was only the first charge for Benjamin Zipper. Now 4-0-2 on this Gwen. And, you know, I'm wondering if it's really just coming down in the league that teams are going to be like, hey, can we just ban Benjamin Zipper in the ban phase? Is that an option? Because this guy has just been absolutely taking over. A great roam coming up, and now you look at this bot lane a little overextended here. They did just see the mid, perhaps might not have expected them to run back down, but it looks like they will just try to go catch the wave as Mocha Mexican tries to go right on the top of Benjamin Zipper, and the Mordekaiser with the ultimate says, you're not locked in here with me, but I'm locked in here with you. It actually gets low, but Yokimoto getting really close on that. Viego able to jump forward, picks up that kill. A 700 gold drop into Mocha Mexican's pocket as he goes 3-0 on this Viego. Now it's just a really good roam out of the side of Yokimoto. Mocha Mexican coming in there for the gank, and Yokimoto just, it looks like actually going to be a switch here as the Lee Sin is sent top. But really well played there from the team, whether that was, you know, switch decided beforehand or have not. But just really well played by them, as Yokimoto does have to be careful. GDI will just flash on top of him, has nothing, and here comes the execute. Solo kill for GDI onto Yokimoto. And when your Rek'Sai is solo killing solo laners like that, this game gets scary. 8-3 now is the kill count with a 2,000 gold lead pre-10 minutes for the side of Uncle and the Nephews. And I'm just to a point, guys, where, you know, what can't they play? Bug Pudding still showing, and Wood should be able to stop Chupacabra's base here. Chupacabra does have the ultimate. We'll have to see where that goes. The Conquerors is stacked. Bug Pudding having to be careful. Chupacabra just hanging out, says, hey, we'll see how this goes. And that's a solo kill for Chupacabra as he catches Bug Pudding out just a little too far. The rest of the gang is top lane. You got 3 people here, but Yokimoto has also done a pretty good job to roam up to try to dissuade anything happening and gets rid of the dive. Yeah, and this bot lane going about just as much as you would expect it to. The, Yasuo down just quite a bit, not quite a bit, you know, 10 CS or so. But to be expected, you are in the melee to range matchup. Things get a little tight for you. But, you know, not the end of the world, but that does mean that Rift Herald will be picked up on the other side of the map. Dragon is spawning in under a minute, so we'll have to see where they drop this Herald. Should be able to use it to get the plates. But with Viego basing, they might lose tempo on this. Rek'Sai also in the fountain now. That will be the Blade of the Ruin King coming in, so this will not be the Immortal Shield Bow into the Randuins that we typically saw in the LCS over this weekend for these Viegos. And we'll have to see. The Rift Herald dropped into the mid lane. Bug Pudding pulled back by that Mordekaiser. Just a nice little bit of burn damage. They're just trying to get this Rift Herald to crash, but, you know, maybe a bit too preemptive of a drop here from the side of Benjamin Zipper. Should be able to finish off this tower as they're trying to do everything that they can. GDI going right back in. The Yasuo ulti, and you are just gone. UBU. Mocha Mexican picked up on the backside. That is a shutdown. Going over space, Jabberwocky opens up under the tower, but needs to be careful because the rest of the team is there. Yasuo no ulti means that he wouldn't have been able to follow up on that wind wall, but great sidestep from space Jabberwocky. But this does mean that this Ocean Dragon will be going over to the side of Uncle and the Nephews. They got to be careful with Champagne Shower, looking for just as much action as they are willing to throw at him. We got to see what Dragon will be coming up. It will either be Infernal Soul or it will be a Cloud Soul. I'm sure if I am either of these teams, that Infernal Soul is what I want. So we'll have to see what the Rift awakens to. And it will be the Cloud Dragon. Cloud Dragon coming in. Hillary did it. Yo, welcome in, my man. Hope you're doing good. As they might be caught out here. Space Jabberwocky does not have any escape. And the Rek'Sai Execute actually takes him off. It will be the Void Seeker that finishes him off the backside. Mocha Mexican able to pick up the Rammus here, not able to get the taunt, flashing forward. Just short, but the ultimate coming forward will just be able to take it out. But a great Sonic Wave coming out of Chupacabra, and the flash following, just going back and back through these jungles. GDI able to escape with his life. They will be able to steal the red buff. That's 2 flashes that you just used to try to get on top of GDI, and just great tunnel systems. Mocha Mexican might be found out here by Champagne Shower. Has to be careful. UVU also in the area. Nobody else stepping up, able to take away the big Raptor. That's really what you're there for. That's really what you're hanging out for. Wasn't sitting around to try to see if you can get a kill. And I'm sorry if you missed out. Space Jabberwocky did have the lead in the bot lane, but now down 16, almost 20 CS to Champagne Shower now on this Yasuo. He has gotten through the worst of this laning phase, and you know, is only just going to scale into being more and more toxic, or more and more reading the chat here, more and more powerful as this game goes on. Oh, and here comes the Rammus again. You know, Chupacabra does have the escape here, should be able to go out, but look at that length of the taunt, able to pull him so far from under tower, and that's huge. This Rammus already showing some value on it, as it looks like it will be some plates in the bot lane. Chupacabra did have to, or Chupacabra, excuse me, Champagne Shower did have to reset. GDI just waiting for Mocha Mexican here. Mocha Mexican able to just get just about everything off. GDI does have the ultimate, and he will use it to take down Mocha. Mocha gets shut down by this Rek'Sai, and this Rek'Sai is not done yet. Chupacabra trying to do what he can to save his jungler, trying to bring something back and stay on him, and now Yokimoto caught on the wrong side of the rift. We'll just ult GDI, see if he can get a solo kill in it. Tries to just back up to his tower. Has to be careful. The rest of the team is there. Probably the good move, but man, you know, just this gold lead just growing and growing for the side of Uncle the Nest. Now sitting at 4.4k, as you don't want to face check this bush here. They do have people in the area. 3 people top means that it will just be the 2v2. Oh man, the match teacher getting dangerously close to being able to taunt up Space Jabberwocky. Space Jabberwocky doing what he can to poke back with his Rammus. As you can already see, look, that's a 4-shot on the Rammus. The ulti coming in from Champagne Shower. Immediate teleport coming in from the side of Chupacabra, but immediate disengage means that teleport will just be wasted. Viego also in the area with a great flash coming through from Champagne Shower, able to dissuade all of that. Matt Teacher, look at him soak up those shots, just doing absolutely everything. But now the rest of the gang is here, and here comes the knockup coming out of the Rek'Sai, and GDI chooses somebody. You are dead. Mocha Mexican just gone off the map. A great knockup, hits 3 coming out of Champagne Shower, and it just feels like Dino Nuggies are losing control of this game. We'll have to see how it goes. They will just go in here. Should be able to pick up the Rammus. The tower shot will do it. That going over to UBU, and another knockup stopping Space Jabberwocky from proceeding. But here comes Benjamin Zipper and GDI. The gold is here, ladies and gentlemen. Chupacabra shut down by the ultimate. Champagne Shower picks up the kill onto UBU, and Benjamin Zipper cleaning up the last one. These boys are looking in sync as they jump up to 7k gold lead, just short of 6.8. Already up 1 tower, looking to take this bot. This bot will also fall, and oh man, just this game getting absolutely out of control for the side of Uncle and the Nephews. 8-0-7 on this Rek'Sai, and you know, already looking for more blood. A level lead on the Viegos. Viego actually looks to turn it around, actually looks to do pretty good, but the Rek'Sai interrupts and just takes him out. Doesn't even need the chop to do it. Yokimoto, your jungler just died. You were by yourself. Rek'Sai, GDI, excuse me, not in the area. We'll just go back to farming. Everybody just walks away back to it, and sweet Jesus, what a bloody game. 18 kills. They are averaging more than a kill a minute, as we have just hit 16.5 minutes. Oh, GDI might find Chupacabra out. Here comes the Rammus taunted up. Chupacabra, you ain't going nowhere. GDI still has a chomp, and there it is as the Matt Teacher finds his first kill of the game. Second kill, excuse me. You know, Yokimoto doing pretty good for himself in this top side, but so hard because the rest of the map is just on fire. 9-0-8 on this Rek'Sai. 5-1-7 on this Gwen. 3-1-7 on this Yasuo. They're just making everything happen as UBU tries to roam up, tries to get anything back, you see the pings coming down onto the Rift Herald right now, but we'll have to see if anything can even happen. Benjamin Zipper just finds out UBU has to use his dash, and honestly, a really good dash there. I believe that max range could have very easily not been able to get over the wall had that been put in the wrong spot. UBU still in the area, and here comes Viego. We'll have to see if they go for it. We'll at least dissuade them from starting the Rift Herald, but Rift Herald's still available. Meanwhile, Champagne Shower just free pushing. Yeah, you guys can get a Rift Herald, but you're giving solo tower gold over. You can see the Mordekaiser a little hesitant as to where he's going. Will now path bot, but this bot tower is gone, as it will be Champagne Shower just picking that up. It does mean they get Rift Herald, but you just gave up tier 2. Do you even get it? They are able to pick it up on the backside of that, but now what does the rest of the fight look like? They're just getting engaged on. Spade Jabberwocky does have to flash the wall and immediately cancels the ult, as the rest of the team can just follow. They don't even need to flash to get over that wall. And here comes Rammus, does not have the ultimate, but look at this movement speed of Spade Jabberwocky. Caught up, taunted up. Benjamin Zipper says snip, snip. Taking a little bit too much over the top and sending Space Jabberwocky back into the Shadow Realm. 22-6, 10K gold lead now as Yokimoto looking for the 1v1 on Debug Pudding here in the mid lane. Does miss the root, and now will just be stunned up. Oh man, this is looking bad. Here comes the knockup out of GDI. Matt Teacher in the area, the flash forward. Yokimoto will be able to escape. Void Seeker just goes a little late. GDI uses the ultimate to follow. His GA will go down on the backside of that, but it looks like he will just be a ticking shutdown going over to your Shen, but that is 1,000 gold, and you really wish it could have gone on to someone other than your Shen. Chupacabra going in, but on to the Rammus. Is this really who you want to go in on? You guys are autoing the person that literally counted your whole team, and this Shen picks up another shutdown kill as we see a great stun coming out of Bug Pudding, able to dissuade that. From the side of, Dino Nuggies, able to find some kills on the backside. His uncle and the nephews trying to re-engage here, and Champagne Shower finds a solo kill. Meanwhile, Bug Pudding just on the backline, tearing everybody to pieces. Champagne Shower pulled back under tower, will have to be able to dash out, staying out of tower range. And Benjamin Zipper, look at that healing. This Rift Maker doing absolutely everything and more. Champagne Shower fairly low. Yokimoto smelling some blood, trying to get anything back to his team. Just not able to find so much mobility on this Yasuo. It will mean that he is able to just run away. And something to track here is 5 seconds Baron buff is on the table. And when you are up over 10,000, this is such an easy grab. So off of some resets here, we might see that come in, because I do believe that just about everybody on the side of Uncle and the Nephew sitting on quite a bit of gold. Something to track. Shutdown came through. Everybody has at least died once on this team, and you still have a 200 gold bounty. You still have a 550 gold bounty. You still have a 650 gold bounty on these players, because they are just that far ahead right now. You know, whether you want to take it in kills, whether you want to take it in CS, Uncle and the Nephews definitely putting on a great performance. Chupacabra just caught out here, was trying to find a way to use this, and GDI, if he's as massive as we think he is, and spoiler alert, he is Chupacabra, only worth 176. Call him 2 cannon minions at this point, because he is just struggling this game. 1-10-4 on this Lee Sin, just now finishing his Gore Drinker. But you look at the side of Gwen, that is Riftmaker, that is Nashor's Fang, Nashor's Tooth, that is Majai's already done. Yokimoto trying to get out, will just ult Bug Pudding into his death row. Bug Pudding does still have the ultimate. We'll have to see if he's able to get solo kill, able to at least get a solo kill. Yokimoto is on the board with a kill, but is taken down on the backside of that, and it looks like the call here might just be Baron, and it will, as Benjamin Zipper and GDI just start that up. Oh man, and Uncle and the Nephews, 28-9 now, 12k gold, 11.5k gold lead. Just doing what we've seen them do just about all season long, and really amazing performance coming out of them. We're seeing the picks that they have been talking about doing on the side. We've seen that, hey, there's a lot more that we can bring into this best of 5 that you guys don't even know about, that you guys haven't even gotten to see, and this team just looks like they're going to be so hard to play against. Mocha Mexican trying to stay alive here is this math teacher on the Rammus has been nothing but an absolute menace, man. This Rift Herald dropped in the bot side. They will be able to pick that up. Not getting anything out of that. No tower taken. Yokimoto, you just might be dead. Here comes the Rammus. Does not find anybody on that. Lucky to be able to get out with his life there. But, I mean, yeah, we're looking at almost 30 kills in under 23 minutes. This Cloud Dragon is nothing but a formality. That puts them to sole point. With everything going in the way of the boys, I'd like to take a second to really look at how Dino Nuggies could get back into this game. And the thing is, it's hard. And excuse me, while knocked up, here comes the Yasuo, here comes just about everything else. And Mocha Mexican doing his darndest to stay alive, putting on his best Tryndamere impression. It almost seemed like he was taking no damage there, but eventually does fall in the end. And, you know, another pick, Mocha Mexican 4-7 on this Viego, just having a tough go at it. Uncle and the Nephews just looking unstoppable this game. And, you know, going back to it, like I was saying, you're crawling your way back into this game is exactly that, you know. You need to be able to slow the game down. You need to be able to try to, you know, find these picks, find this setup, find, you know, some way to stop the bleeding, because at this point they are so far ahead, you know, 14,000 gold lead. You know, we're at a point where really this gold lead is really like insurmountable. But if there is a way, it's through these shutdowns. It's through finding these picks on these big people. You still have the Lee Sin kick. You still have the Mordekaiser ult. You have ways to isolate different people on their team. But the tough thing is, you know, is we see Benjamin Zipper going in a 1v2, and god damn it, he might just take a boat down. Chupacabra now on the chopping block with no minions means that he will have to back off, and here comes GDI. Chupacabra was nice knowing you. I've seen that clip quite a few times this game already. GDI 12-1 and 13 on this Rex side, and the knockup does come through. Maybe he's bitten off more than he could chew here, but you know, GDI just absolutely massive this game, so hard to say otherwise. But look at what's happening on the other side of the map. Just pressure coming in from all sides. Champagne Shower and the Mass Teacher just absolutely making sure that things are going in their way, making sure that this team is feeling pressure from everywhere right now. And you know, this is just a really, really tough time. Already double inhibs down. We're now at 25 minutes. Gold lead is sitting now at 16,000, I believe. This is the largest gold lead we have seen in the ULS thus far. And, you know, just have to say, it just shows how ready this team is for the playoffs. You know, I'm wondering, and we've seen double unicorns ramp up. We're seeing the boys ramp up. But one of the big things to follow is the Uncle and the Nephews have been ramping up just as well. They are already they're looking better and better. If you follow them from week 1 to week now, you know, their macro, their micro, everything is just scaling with this team, and it looks like this game might just be over before Dragon respawn. Mocha Mexican Gate already taken down to half health. The knockout coming through on Yokimoto. Yokimoto just disappears. Everybody just falling under the tower, and look at the pretty lights, because that's what the Dino Nuggies wish they were looking at, as they're all sent to Gray Screen Simulator. Space Jabberwocky, the only one left in Fountain, and this tower would go down. A 26-minute win for the Uncle and the Nephews, and this team is ready for the playoffs.